Hi, everybody. My name is Todd Smith, and I want to thank you for taking your time to watch this brief presentation. What you're going to learn is about our new 2016 compensation plan. The compensation plan that you're going to learn about right now is currently the compensation plan in North America, Central America, South America, Europe, and the Caribbean islands. And so for those of you who are watching this from those markets, this is the compensation plan that you will be following here in 2016. We have made some great enhancements to the bonus structure, things that are increasing the company's payout. So often when a company makes enhancements to a compensation plan, they take money from one part and they put it in another part. Most of what you're going to see here on this presentation are new enhancements that have been added to our compensation plan, specifically designed to help people make money faster. That was our main objective. Another part of our objective here was to bring alignment to these different countries' compensation plans so that we would have one compensation plan so that those people who are building their business across borders would not be confused with having one compensation plan in Puerto Rico, another one in Colombia, another one in the United States. So we have brought alignment to these plans, and I think all of you are going to be very excited about that. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Todd Smith, and I have been a distributor with Unicity now for 25 years. During that time, this company has more than $28 million in passive income. For those of you who are watching this, who are new to our business, I want you to know that Unicity is an extraordinary company. The CEO of this company, Stuart Hughes, was a member of my upline, a man that I have the utmost respect for. In 2006, he purchased the company. He has put together a world-class management team, and I'm very excited about what's taking place today in our business. You know, over the last 25 years, there's been lots of periods when I've been very excited, but I must tell you that this is one of those periods when I have been as excited now as I've ever been. I have talked to more leaders looking to join Unicity in the last 2 to 3 weeks than I have talked to in the last 5 years. We are creating a movement right now. People are seeing what we're doing. They're getting excited. They're joining us. This is a great time for all of you. So let's dive into this compensation plan training. First of all, there are 8 different income streams available to each Unicity franchise partner. The first of which is retail profits, and we'll walk through each of these here today. This is when you buy our products at wholesale and sell them at retail. The second profit center is personal rebates, and as you produce more volume, you will be able to receive volume discounts on that volume. The third profit center is fast start bonuses, and this is where you're going to be able to earn sizable fast start bonuses on the personal volume of the people that you bring into your business during their first month. The fourth profit center are director lifestyle bonuses. You're going to see that each of these bonuses have been increased from our previous bonus plan. We'll again walk through that and talk about that here in this training. The fifth profit center is infinity bonuses, and this is where you begin to earn a passive income on your organization. This is where I have made most of my money, and there are no changes that have been made to the infinity bonus structure, but for the sake of this training, I am going to walk you through that. The sixth profit center is President's Club bonuses. There have been some enhancements made here that I will be talking about. And then the seventh profit center is additional franchise positions. And then the eighth profit center are the Chairman's Club bonuses, where you can earn $1.65 million in cash bonuses as you grow your business and become one of Unicity's top leaders. Now, I'm going to be providing a high-level overview of these 8 profit centers. I encourage you to read our compensation plan. That is your responsibility. You must understand all the qualifications for each of these profit centers. Again, my goal is to provide a large big picture overview. Let's begin with profit center number 1, retail profits. Very simply, you buy our products at wholesale, you sell them at retail, and you make the difference between wholesale and retail. If you take a look at our Cleanse system, this is one of our most popular product systems in the world, and each time you market this system, you'll have an opportunity to earn a $40 retail profit. If you look at our Unicity Balance product, this is our #1 selling product in the world. My organization over the last 25 years has sold more than $2 billion worth of this product. That's B with a boy, $2 billion. An amazing product. Each time you sell one of these boxes of Unicity Balance, you earn $45. Our Cleanse product, this is our high protein meal replacement product. This is one of the highest quality products in the entire marketplace. People love it. It tastes great. Each time you sell a 30-day supply or a bag of our Unicity Complete, you earn $25. And then matcha. Matcha is another product that you can sell to everyone you know, because probably everyone you know can certainly use more energy, some greater focus and clarity, and each time you sell a box of matcha, you make $40. So these are just 4 examples of our retail profits. Now, let's take a look at some definitions, and as we walk through this, I'm going to introduce you to some terms so that you understand them when they're described within the compensation plan. Because of the difference in global currencies, Unicity's products have been assigned a point value. All rank advancements and earnings are based on points. So let's take a look at what that means to you. A box of Cleanse is 50 points. It's a wholesale cost of 70, but it's 50 points. Commissions are paid on points. They're not paid on dollars. So the commissions are not paid on the $70 wholesale. They are paid on the points that are assigned to a specific product. In this case, commissions would be paid on Cleanse at 50 points. Balance is 52 points in a $75 wholesale. Matcha 50 points with a $70 wholesale. And Complete is 25 points with a $50 wholesale. Now, some people say, why aren't points and wholesale the same? Very simply, the only way that points and wholesale can be the same is if we are marketing products with super high margins, like maybe some fruit juice that might cost us $1 to make but sells for $45, or some skincare product with huge margins. We don't have huge margins in these products. We are marketing scientifically advanced formulas. Some of the highest quality ingredients found in the market are in our products. So the only way that we could have points in wholesale align is if the price of our products were much higher, which we don't feel that that's wise for us. So anyhow, just a brief explanation on why points and wholesale don't match. Again, you'll see it varies from product to product, but what you're seeing here on the screen is pretty much average across the board. Let's take a look now at what personal volume is, also referred to as PV. PV, or personal volume, is the sum total of your orders with Unicity and the orders placed by your customers directly with Unicity during a commission month. So looking at this illustration here, you have 100 in personal volume. That's product that you're perhaps just consuming. Most of us in the business consume much more than 100 in personal volume each month. And here you would just have 3 customers, each with 50 PV. One of these customers could be a Cleanse customer, another one could be a Balance customer, another one could be a Matcha customer. But your goal every month is to maintain 250 in personal volume. That's, again, just you doing 100 in personal volume, which is required of you to earn commissions, and then just having 3 customers. And remember, what you do is what your people will do. If you build a customer base, you will be leading by example and showing your people that it's important to build a customer base, and that is the lifeblood of our business. That's what it's all about, is impacting people's lives in a positive way through our products. So again, in this example, your PV would be 250. Let's take a look now at why we need to know what PV is. The first thing here is in Profit Center number 2 is personal rebates. As you produce more personal volume, you can earn volume discounts. And so as you build a large and growing customer base and your personal volume grows, you can begin to earn rebates or discounts on your purchases. As you can see here, when you generate between 100 and 999 in personal volume, you earn a 5% rebate on that volume. When you have 1,000 to 2,499 in personal volume, you earn a 15% rebate. And when you generate more than 2,500 in any one month in personal volume, you will receive a 20% rebate on that personal volume. Now, let's take a look at team volume. Team volume is also referred to as TV. TV is the sum total of your personal volume and all your frontline partners' personal volume. Now, you see in parentheses there where it says no cap. Previously, there was a cap. Now there is no longer a cap, meaning that you can count all of the personal volume of each of the people on your front line. It used to be limited in Latin America at 100. Here in the United States, it used to be limited at 125. Now you can count your entire organization's personal volume toward your qualifications. So very simply, the first 2 ranks in our compensation plan are determined by what your team volume is. Junior manager is when you have achieved the rank of 500 in team volume. The manager rank is achieved when you generate 1,000 in team volume. Let's take a look at what this means to you. When you become a junior manager, which is 500 points in team volume, you now qualify to earn 15% for the rest of your career on everybody that you enroll in the business and the personal volume they produce during their first month. I want to highlight that fast start bonuses are only paid out on a new person's personal volume during their first month. So in this case, if you did 250 in personal volume and you brought aboard Maria who did 250 in personal volume, you will have had 500 in team volume, and you will now qualify to earn 15% on Maria's 250 personal volume. Now, I want to highlight that prior to March 1st, if this happened to you here in the United States and you did 250 in personal volume and you brought aboard Maria who did 250 in personal volume, that would have meant that you qualified at the junior manager rank, allowing you to earn 15% on all purchases beyond this. What the company has done now is if you reach a rank by the end of the commission month or the calendar month, they're both the same, but if you reach a rank by the end of that month, it's going to be retroactive. They're going to pay you the commissions or the fast start bonuses on the people you brought into the business during that month. So that's a real nice enhancement. Let's take a look at the manager level. This is when you do 1,000 in team volume. And this could be you doing 250 in personal volume and bringing aboard Maria, Joe, and Jose, each with 250 in personal volume. When you become a manager, you now qualify to earn 30% the rest of your career on everybody that you bring into the business during their first month. So the personal volume of each new person you bring in during their very first month with Unicity, you will earn 30%, assuming, again, that you're qualified according to the most basic parts of our compensation plan. In this case, you would have to have 100 in personal volume. So this is a real nice enhancement once again, because again, if I'm talking to those of you in North America or maybe even in Europe and other parts of the world, it used to be that if you did 250 in personal volume and you brought in Maria with 250 in personal volume, that qualified you as a manager. You would have earned nothing on Maria's order. Then when you sponsored Joe and Jose, you would earn 15% of each of their orders because you'd have been a junior manager with 500 in personal volume, and you would earn 15% on Joe and Jose up until the manager rank, and then you would begin to earn 30% on everybody that you bring in thereafter. With our new retroactive Fast Start feature, if you close out the month as a manager, the company is going to pay you 30% on each of the people's personal volume that you brought in during that month. So if you got started here in the month of March with 250 in personal volume and you brought in Maria, Joe, and Jose, each with 250 in personal volume, you would close out the month of March as a manager and you would be paid 30% on each of their orders, or $225. So again, a significant enhancement that Stuart has made in our compensation plan. All right, let's take a look here at what could make up a 250-point order. We've talked about 250-point orders that people might come in and place. Well, according to what we're doing in a lot of parts of the world right now, is we're encouraging people who have an interest in marketing cleanse to come in and buy 5 Unicity cleanse. That would be 250 in personal volume or 350 in wholesale costs. If you use one and sell 3, you would receive back $440. That's a $90 profit plus your cleanse system free. Now, if you take a look at Unicity Balance, there's a whole lot of you out there who are big fans of Unicity Balance. Again, somebody could come into our business, buy 5 Unicity Balance. That's 260 in personal volume or $375. You could use one, sell 4, and you would earn $105 in profit, plus you would have a box of Balance for you to use for free. So not only do you get your money back on these packs, but you also have free product to use and a retail profit. If you look at the matcha example here, 250 in personal volume, $350. You use one, you sell 4, you get $440 in return on the 4 you sell. That's a $90 profit, plus you have a full box of matcha free. So there's a lot of options for people who want to get started with 250 in personal volume, options that allow them to quickly get their money back which is what I'm sharing with you here, and have free product. Let's take a look now at the Fast Start bonuses chart. Very simply, as you can see here in the enroller line, when you become a junior manager, which is one time of having 500 in team volume, you qualify to earn 15% on the personal volume of everybody you bring in the rest of your career. Now, when you advance up to the manager level, which is doing 1,000 in team volume during 1 month in your career, you now earn 30% on the personal volume of everybody you bring in during their very first month. What you see there in orange, you'll receive 3% all the way down. You can see through the 8th generation, then 5 on the 9th if you are diamond. And this is where, as new people are brought into your organization, the person who enrolls them is going to earn the 15 to 30%, but then their volume is going to be paid to the upline here at 3%, as you can see. Now, let's take a look at what organizational volume is, or OV. OV is the sum total of all the points being generated by your entire organization to infinity. OV is used to calculate points for rank advancements. Here's what I mean. Let's take a look at our Director Lifestyle Bonuses, which is Profit Center number 4. When you become a senior manager, which is 2,000 organizational volume, you then qualify to earn a $200 a month bonus for each month that you maintain the senior manager rank and the requirements of the senior manager rank. When you then advance to the director rank, which is at 5,000 organizational volume, you can earn a $500 a month bonus up to 6 months. When you become an executive director, which is 10,000 organizational volume, you then qualify to earn a $1,000 a month bonus each month that you're qualified as a senior director up to 6 months. And then when you become an executive director with 25,000 organizational volume, you qualify for $1,500 a month bonus payments up to 6 months for each month that you qualify. Now, if you came into the business and you were real serious, you could certainly achieve the rank of executive director long before 6 months. Let's assume that it took you 2 or 3 or 4 months to reach that rank. When you reach that rank, you'd be getting all of these bonuses. So once you would reach the rank of executive director, you'd be earning $3,200 a month in bonuses above and beyond other commissions and bonuses in our compensation plan. So as you can see, if you're a leader and you feel that, hey, I'm somebody that can come in this business and really light things up and make a difference, then more than likely you could probably qualify as an executive director in a short period of time, and these are the kind of bonuses that are available to you. Again, I'm not making any representations here. All the income that is generated, and I've learned this from 25 years, is based upon the skill set you bring to the table, the amount of time you put into your business, how productive you are with your time, how coachable you are. So certainly there are variables, and I'm not leading anybody to believe that, okay, you're going to make this. I'm just very simply showing you that it's here for those of you who are serious, who are willing to make the time commitment, who are willing to follow our systems, and who are coachable, and who are willing to pay the price that's required to build a successful business. So I'm very excited about these director lifestyle bonuses. Now, the senior manager bonus that you see there, that is a brand new bonus. This is something that has not been available. And again, one of our major objectives here with the new bonuses that have been put into place that I'm sharing with you is that we wanted to put more money in the hands of people earlier in their business development. So let's take a look at this model. If you came in with 500 in personal volume and you brought in 3 people each with 500 in personal volume, your first month earnings would be $650. That's $450 in Fast Start bonuses and a $200 senior manager bonus. So as you can see here, this is significant. If you were to do the math on our previous bonus structure, you would have earned $375 on this exact model. So again, I think we have been very effective at bringing more money to the front end of our compensation plan, rewarding people early in the process for their efforts, a component that we believe is very important to continue to build the momentum and the movement that we've got taking place today. Now, as we look at Infinity Share Bonuses, this is Profit Center number 5. This is where you can earn infinity bonuses down 9 generations deep in your organization. This is where I make 95% of my money or 98% of my money every month, it's all in these infinity share bonuses. And over time, your goal is to build a large organization, an organization of people who are using products, an organization of people who are sharing the products with others, and an organization of people who are building their own businesses and achieving their own dreams. As this occurs and your organization grows from a few people to 100 people to hundreds of people to thousands of people, as your organization grows geometrically by following our simple processes and systems, this is where we separate ourselves from not only every other company in our industry, but just from companies in general. I mean, when you begin to build a passive income, I mean, that's as good as it gets. I mean, that's like having money in the bank when you're earning money every month, regardless of the efforts you're putting forth. Now, in the early stages, I mean, just like in my career, I worked very hard my first 10 years. I mean, I was working 40, 50, 60 hours a week my first 10 years. But for the last 15 years, I've been able to enjoy an amazing quality of life, doing what I want to do, traveling where I want to travel, all in earning these infinity share bonuses. So again, this is the lifeblood of our compensation plan, and it's where you'll make most of your money throughout your career. Now we also have profit center number 6, which is presidential club bonuses. As you can see here in the screen, when you reach the rank of presidential director, which is $50,000 in organizational volume, you qualify to earn $2,000 a month for up to 6 months. Presidential Sapphire is $3,000 a month up to 6 months for $100,000 in organizational volume. Presidential Ruby is $4,000 a month for up to 6 months, and that requires $150,000 in organizational volume. And then Presidential Diamond. This is a lump sum payment of $50,000. Now, this is when you reach the rank of Presidential Diamond, which is $250,000 in organizational volume, and maintain that rank for 3 months. Once you've maintained it for 3 months, then you'll receive that lump sum bonus. So again, these bonuses are bonuses on the Director, Sapphire, and Ruby levels that you can earn the very first month that you reach these levels. If you look at the compensation plan we've had before, you would not have earned anything the first month you qualified at these ranks. Now you do. So again, a nice enhancement to reward people who are building their business, getting money in the hands of people sooner. Now, profit center number 7, this is something that you really don't need to learn about now, but once you become a diamond, this is going to be a powerful way for you to continue to build your profits as a Unicity distributor. Very simply, if you look at this chart here, the light blue, that top position, it says first position. This is where you would get started, and your goal is to build 3 legs. And in order to become a diamond, you have to have 3 legs. The third leg has to have at least 5,000 points in it. You must have 250,000 in organizational, just like I shared with you here on the previous slide. And when you have that 250,000 organizational volume and you've met the requirements of our compensation plan, you become a diamond. Once you become a diamond, you have the ability to start a new contract. This new contract would be frontline to your existing contract. So this would be your 4th leg. As you build this 4th leg, there's no structure requirement, meaning there's no, you don't have to have a 2nd or 3rd leg. All you have to do is build this leg, and you are paid on it as a diamond, meaning you're receiving the infinity shares 9 generations deep. Once you have this first distributorship here, this double diamond distributorship, when you reach 100,000 points in that leg and you have 500,000 points in organizational volume, you become a double diamond. And as you're going to see here, when you become a double diamond, there's a $150,000 bonus available at that level. Once you become a double diamond, you then can start another position, frontline to your double diamond position. When that position reaches 100,000 points in organizational volume and your total organization generates 1 million points, you now earn a $500,000 bonus. And then, as you can see there in green, the crown distributor position, that's again where you would build another $100,000 leg and meet the volume requirements, and for that you earn a $1 million bonus. So let's just take a look at what those bonuses look like. So as you can see here, when you're a double diamond, which is profit center number 8, we call these Chairman's Club bonuses. When you become a double diamond, you receive a $150,000 bonus. Now, they're not going to give you $150,000 in cash. You need to go buy yourself a fancy car or a couple fancy cars or a mountain cabin or something so that the company can shoot a video. I mean, very simply what they're doing here is they're saying, hey, congratulations on being a double diamond. We want to give you something that you've been dreaming about, and we want to create a video of you. And so when you become a double diamond, the company's going to create a video of you. It's going to highlight whatever it is that you've selected as the bonus that you want the company to spend the $150,000 on. And again, as you can see, triple diamond, you better have some big dreams, because that's when you're going to get that's when you're going to get a $500,000 bonus that's applied to whatever it is that's important to you, whatever you want to buy. And then if you're one of those rare people who really are serious and continue to grow and develop yourself and become the best that you can be, and you become a crown diamond, you will earn a $1 million lifestyle bonus that you can apply to whatever it is that is important to you, whatever it is that you'd like to purchase, whatever that dream home is, whatever that dream mountain cabin is, whatever that dream big yacht is, whatever it is that you're dreaming about, you can use that $1 million for it. So very simply, those are the 8 profit centers. Now, let me just share with you a couple things that have been done to bring alignment to the plans. Personal volume has been dropped to 100 to earn commissions. That has been in North America and Europe, 125 in personal volume. Also in Australia, which this compensation plan also applies to, in New Zealand. So now personal volume's been dropped to 100, personal volume's been dropped to 100 personal volume to earn commissions. Auto refill is no longer required to earn commissions. Again, this was part of us bringing alignment, because in many of the Latin American markets, people don't have credit cards. Auto refill is much more difficult. So in order to have one unified compensation plan, auto refill is no longer required to earn commissions. Point number 3, you must have 500 in team volume and 100 in personal volume to earn infinity bonuses. Just a reminder that it used to be that team volume was capped, meaning that here in North America, you could only count the first 125 in personal volume of each of your front line. Now you can count all the personal volume of all your front line and your personal volume towards your team volume. So actually, in reality, the requirement there has become easier. Now, 500 in team volume is what was required in the United States, but in Latin America, it was 400. And even for those of you in Latin America, you're going to see that now that the cap has been removed, it's going to be easier for you to achieve 500 in team volume than it was for you to achieve 400 in team volume before. Senior manager, this is that new bonus that I shared with you. You must have 2,000 in organizational volume with 3 legs of 500 in organizational volume in each. Now, again, this is all designed because this is a very lucrative part of our plan. The company does not want people just stacking a bunch of people in a line and placing an order under the bottom person and having everybody in the upline qualify for senior manager bonuses. So you must have 3 legs of 500 in organizational volume to be a senior manager and qualify for the senior manager bonus. The director level is 5,000 organizational volume with 3 legs of 1,000. That's what it's been throughout most of the world, but for whatever reason in Latin America, the 3rd leg requirement was 750. That has been increased to 1,000. Now, let me just, as I wrap up, let me just share with you the power of duplication with this new compensation plan bonus structure. If you come in with 250 in personal volume and you sponsor 3 people with 250 in personal volume, you become a manager and you earn $225 in commission in fast start bonuses. Now, if you duplicate that, meaning you take each of your 3 people, Maria, Joe, and Jose, and you teach them to do what you had just done in the previous month. Now, as you can see here, they're each sponsoring 3 people with 250 in personal volume, and you sponsor a new person, because the reality is, even though you may sponsor 3 people during your first month, you should continue to recruit. The reality is not everybody that you sponsor is going to stay in the business. Some people are going to get distracted. Some people are going to get discouraged. The reality is, in a business like this, just like in real estate or insurance sales or anything else, there's going to be people who come in who want a better quality of life, who want a nicer home, who want a nicer car, but they're not willing to do anything about it. So you want to make sure that you continue to recruit and find quality people who are sincerely genuine about building their quality of life and making their life better. So as you can see here, you bring in Alex, which is a new person here in month 2, but you're duplicating yourself and Maria, Joe, and Jose. In this example, your month 2 earnings is $392. You can look there at the bottom in your rebates. Remember, let's just kind of review. This is a good opportunity to review. You have 250 in personal volume. You qualify for a 5% rebate or $12.50. Now, if we take a look at Alex off to the right, you earn a fast start bonus on Alex of 30% or $75. Now, if you take a look at all those people on your second generation, downline of Maria, Joe, and Jose, those are 9 new second generation people. They're each generating 250 each in personal volume, of which you earn 3% on, or $67.50. If you look to the right side of the screen there on the bottom, the infinity bonus on Maria, Joe, and Jose's personal volume is $37.50. Remember, fast start bonuses are only paid during a person's first month. So now that we're in month 2, Maria, Joe, and Jose, their volume is going to be paid out through infinity share bonuses, of which you're going to be paid 5% on their personal volume. So that's what that number is. And then here in this example, you're also going to earn a senior manager bonus of $200. So this is significantly more. I mean, it's twice as much as you would have earned under our previous compensation plan by just very simply duplicating this simple model. Now let's take a look at what happens if you duplicate a 500-point model. And why would you do this? First of all, anybody that you bring into the business that is serious, I believe it's very smart for them to join with a 500 PV pack. This allows them to have some product to sell, but it also allows them to begin to use our most popular products, the ones that I've highlighted here in this training. And so if you came in with a 500 PV pack and you believed it was important for you to do that, then it's going to be easy for you to share with others why they should do the same thing. If this happened to you, you'd become a senior manager with 2,000 in organizational volume. You'd meet all the requirements to receive your senior manager bonus. So you would earn $450 in fast start bonuses plus $200 in senior manager bonuses. So again, if you're really looking to grow a business quickly, this is an opportune way to do that. If you duplicate this one more month, very simply, you're now going to teach Maria, Joe, and Jose to duplicate by bringing in each of their people with 500-point orders. Everybody, you, including Maria, Joe, and Jose, and Alex, or you, Maria, Joe, and Jose, each do 250. That is where you're each doing 100 in personal volume yourself, and you each have 3 customers because that's what you want. You want to have 3 customers. You want each of your people to have 3 customers. And in this case here in month 2, assuming that Alex did 500 in personal volume, you would earn $1,035 here in month 2. So this is again, a simple illustration of the power of duplication. Now, let me just back up here and just show you. If you look at month 2, by duplicating 250-point orders, you're making $392. By duplicating 500-point orders, you're making over $1,000, a significant difference, all based upon what you chose to do when you started your business. So